Rock 95, it is Spence, and joining me is Courtney LaPlante. Hopefully, I'm saying that right.
You are. That's
Yeah.
how I say. Well, I guess technically that's wrong. I mean, I don't say it with a French accent, so but it's right for me.
Very cool. You, of course, are the singer for Spiritbox. And welcome. We're in Canada. Are you guys located? It's western part of the
Yeah.
country somewhere, right?
Yeah, we live on Vancouver Island. So it's kind of off the coast of Seattle. Like we can see Washington from our beaches and stuff, and it's British Columbia. So it's I I'm American. When I moved up here, I was like there's an island in Canada. Is this a joke?
Where did you grow up?
I moved here when I was 15, but I lived in Alabama before that.
Okay,
And
very
I
cool.
hadn't got to North American geography yet, I guess, because I didn't I didn't know that there was an island in Canada off the coast of Canada.
Well, tell me about your band Spiritbox and how all of this kind of came together for you guys.
Oh my god. Well, it's kind of just one of those it's like an inevitable thing because I'm in the band with my husband Mike, and we we've been playing music together for over a decade, just in local bands and stuff. And then I joined a band called I Wrestled a Bear once, which was, like a international touring band. So it was a lot, way bigger duties than my local band I was in. Big jump for me. And then he ended up joining that band after like a year or so. And then when we ended up quitting that band, and it's like finally inevitably we made a band together that it was just us, our own music. And then our friend Bill joined, and we started putting out music, even though we had no business putting out music because we didn't have like $5 to our name. And then it got us here. And today, actually, just now, like at 2 minutes ago, I guess we just put up that we're putting a new song out on Friday. So, like, as a little end of the year thing. So, it's like a good end of the year. This was like a weird year for the band. We started off doing a tour that got canceled due to obviously
Mm.
everyone's tours got canceled. And now we're finishing out the year, putting out another song, and like we have uh, it's the biggest year the band's had, but we've been just sitting on our butts at home. It's crazy.
That's gotta drive you
Yeah.
crazy, especially because your music has because it's a band you want to see because there's a visual component, an art component to the stuff that you do, and I'm sure that's kind of just you're just chomping at the bit to get out there and perform it and show people kind of what
Yeah.
you guys can do.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like I'm living a double life because it's like I get to go. I'm so excited. We have the song coming out. We've had a lot of really awesome opportunities this year, and right now I'm getting to be interviewed by you, and then I'm gonna clock in at my job and pretend like none of this is happening. Even though I'm too excited today to like do all this stuff to work, and like when our song comes out and stuff. So it's weird. I'm in like a transitional period where I have when I'm at work, I feel like I'm a double agent or something, and it's the fake me.
Well, tell me about Blessed Be. That song we've been playing. I think we had that in our mosh, man, maybe a month ago already.
Yeah.
But I love the track, and then we'll get into some of the other songs that you guys do because it's you guys kind of varied up a little bit. But tell me about
Yeah.
Blessed Be.
Well, that song is like that's one of the first songs that I've ever written a lot of the melody in the studio when it was being recorded. I usually am way more prepared, but I had I really struggled with that song. Like everything I wanted to do was really out of my singing range that I thought would sound good over it, and so I just was like fighting it, and then it, like most of it just came to me like while I was waiting, like everyone was setting up in the studio, and I was like, "Hey, can you guys go get me a coffee?" Well, I just like sit here, and then by the time they came back with the coffee, I had the song done. So, um, I that one was like that song's always really stuck out to me because it was such a struggle, and then it's like the perfect example of a payoff of me just writing about my feelings and some kind of dark, heavy stuff, and kind of letting that come out, and then you get a finished result that is really rewarding, and then has so much room to have a really cool visual. Like there's so much openness in the song, so it just tied hand in hand with having a really dark, dreamy music video. And then there it is. It's like it just came to us, and then
Well, vocally, I thought it really stood out. I think you did a really terrific job on hitting all of those notes and things. I think it's fantastic.
Thanks. It's hard. It's hard to sing. I have my work cut out for me. It's really high for me to sing. So I kind of like I write a song and then I have to figure out how to pull it off live. I'm like, all right, how am I gonna do this? So that's what I've been doing all year, is trying to get better at that song.
The video is quite creepy as well. I don't know how many times the one guy gets killed.
I know, that poor guy, that poor actor. He had to go through so much during the.
Because there's like the gas thing, and then he's laying on the bed. He's kind of dead, and then there's the knives in the back, and
Yeah, my husband was like, "What are you trying to tell me?" Yeah, and that I know that poor actor. He had to just lay there and be like abused so much, wearing like the most uncomfortable stuff over the course of a couple of days. I felt bad for him.
well, it really brings out that dark but artistic angle I think you're probably going for, and it's well done. I don't know how you shot it all, but man, it was well put together.
It's one of those things where if you saw it in real life, it looks really bad, But then I guess that's why we do a lot of our music videos on our own, like they're DIY. But that's why it's so rewarding when we get to work with our friends that are professional and do that job specially and only. And so that was the first music video that I've ever gotten to be a part of in this band, where we had like a crew of people, a whole crew of people. That video didn't cost very much. Everyone was just working their asses off, like just to be a part of it. But Dylan is the guy that directs a lot of our. Well, he's the only person other than us that's ever directed music videos for us. So Blessed Be was like the first one where he got to have like a whole crew, and it just looks so much cooler. Like it's like a whole. There's like a whole little world in that house that we rented for the location.
And it's a cool looking house, eerie looking house too. Like you could shoot a horror movie there, right?
There. Yeah, it was scary being in there. It was really creepy. It's a really old house, and it has all that, like all the weird wallpaper and stuff everywhere that wasn't put up by us. That's just how the house looks. It's in the middle of nowhere, out in like probably 20 minutes outside of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And when we were there, it was like, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but when how it is, because about cold where you live. Like once it gets past a certain thing, they kind of sync up Fahrenheit and Celsius. But it was like negative 32 degrees Celsius while we were there.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversion is, but that sounds cold. Yeah.
I think after a certain point, the negative Fahrenheit and Celsius kind of sync up. So
really,
I guess it's just really effing cold.
Well, okay, tell me about what's going on with the band. I know, do you have just the one EP that's out, or?
Yeah, we have. Okay, so we came out with an EP in 2017. We just call it our self-titled one because it's just called Spiritbox. And then we, as an experiment to kind of help our band grow, because we've only been a band for 3 years. After a couple months after we put that EP out, we decided to record 5 songs and release each song as a single with a music video. That we kind of had to figure out as we went. We were gonna do one each month, but we quickly realized that we didn't have enough money to do that, even though we were shooting a lot of the videos on our iPhones and stuff. And so we had to slowly kind of spread that out over about a year. And then it's just one of those things that it kind of just happened where, people are like, is this going to be an EP? Like, can you put this out as a collection so we can buy it? So then after that, we were like, okay, let's just make another EP, I guess, with these songs that were all meant to stand alone. And then everything else was all supposed to be part of a collection. It's just things keep getting in the way. Cool opportunities and, bad things like the pandemic. So, Blessed Be and some of our other Rule of Nines in our song Holy Roller were all meant to be, revealed as being a part of a full-length album, but now we're just going to let them stand on their own because it's been so long. We're just writing everything for a new album. So the thing we're putting out on Friday, that song is called Constance, and that's going to be that's like the next thing. So
Okay.
I don't know, those other 3 songs are just like don't have a home. They're just sitting there.
Are are you doing the vocals on all of that?
Yeah.
All of the other stuff? Even though the
Mhm.
real heavier screaming stuff? God dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. It's great.
Well, listen how low my voice is when I first wake up. I just woke up recently today. I slept in. So it's like I have a pretty low voice.
Because Holy Roller, I was watching that video. Was that yesterday maybe? Killer. God dang. Just I like how that one explodes pretty good.
Yeah, that's one of those songs that, you know, I'm so glad that we released it because we wanted to put a song out this year, but we had to cancel our plans to record our full length. So that was just a song that Michael and our producer Dan wrote in like less than 2 hours for fun before we left for tour. And it was so fun that we had like a couple minutes left in our set that our songs are also freaking long that we're like, well, we don't have enough time for another song. So let's just play that demo song we made. It's not even done yet, but let's just like squeeze that in there. And it was so fun to play live on that tour. That when we got home, we were like, well, we can't record because everything's shut down, but let's just record remotely. What's one song we can do? And we're like, okay, let's do this one because it's the one song with no singing in it. So Michael felt comfortable like recording everything and sending it off to Dan with, rather than Dan recording my singing voice. So we just picked that one. And then we made the video during the pandemic by ourselves. So I'm happy that we chose to do that because that song's done really well for us.
It looks like you're trying to make a little money off some merch, including coffee as
Yeah,
well.
money's good.
Right? If you can't tour, you can't perform, you got to be creative. I guess coffee is maybe the way to go here for you guys.
That one's really special to us because there's a company that started by a person who's kind of in the same situation as us, a crew member to a lot of bands that we know. So obviously he's without a job now, so he started a coffee company in Orange County called Golden Lantern Coffee, and so we wanted to kind of, put a little spotlight on his business and do a collab with him. And he's small business that we're trying to support. He's not. It sucks like your job's done because you're a crew member on tour, and then you come home and you want to open a place, and then that gets shut down. So, we just want to shine a little spotlight on a small business. He's a really good guy, and he's kind of doing a really good job of getting his name out there. So we're proud of him. So we wanted to work with him.
Yeah, very cool.
And I like coffee.
Oh, me too. Yep, matter of fact, here, cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love puns. So like all the names of the coffees are all really stupid.
Roaster.
Yeah, they're all extremely stupid, like Blessed Beans. So we're like, we had to do it.
Love it. So, what are the plans then for 2021? Are you starting to think about booking some shows or trying to get on some tours? What's going on?
Well, yeah, I'm scared out of my mind because we have booked a ton of really big festivals in Europe next year. So like the first show back that I'll probably play is Download Festival in the United Kingdom. And I've never even played in Spiritbox. I've never even played a show in the United Kingdom yet. The tour got canceled before we got to the UK. And so I'm like just staring at that date, June 6th, 2021, and all those other festivals we're doing, just being like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I'm just we have a lot of really awesome opportunities next year. And so I'm I'm taking this year as all right, this is your chance to get better and really train hard to be good, because you're going to be playing for a lot of people and you can't hide.
Yeah, I think once we get out and get this vaccine out, and we start to get a taste of those live events and those live concerts again, I think there's going to be a big desire to go and
Yeah.
see live shows again.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, like you. I hopefully we can do that and get this vaccine out and
I
enjoy
can't
again.
believe I can't believe I ever took it for granted, because I hadn't toured in like 5 years when I went on this tour. So I promised myself, I was like, you always took your old bands touring and all those opportunities for granted, and now you're gonna never take it for granted. And now we've gotten it taken away from us again, and I realized how much I took all of this stuff. I thought I wasn't, and I was appreciating it, but like I think we all realize how much we take, like the connection of playing live for people, the audience and the people playing. All of us like really took it for granted.
Well, it's such a pleasure to talk with you, and we encourage people to check out your music, and they can do that. I know you're on social media. You've got your
Yeah.
own web.
Yeah, we have a Patreon, and we have all the old social medias. Just type in Spiritbox and you'll see us. We're the weird, moody looking one.
Well, very cool, Courtney. Wish you all the best, and hopefully we maybe get to see you sometime next summer out on tour, maybe here in the United States.
I hope so. It's my dream, and I really hope that the world gets back to normal a little bit, and so we can all enjoy those things we used to do. I really hope I can come to Minnesota soon.
Well, yeah, you'll fit right in. You'll enjoy the cold. Just
Yeah.
you might. It depends on how much cold. I don't know what the Celsius would be in January here, but not good.
No, I'm on the West Coast. The coldest it gets is
Yeah.
like 50 degrees during the winter.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
hate it. I hate the cold, but it's okay. We'll be hot and sweaty inside whatever venue we're playing. So it's fine.
Very good. Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.